Let me create intro. Hi, you guys. This is Sipping and Spilling the Tea with Riviera. And I wanted to talk to you guys about turning the impossible to possible. When I look at that word, I think about the M. So I'm going to take the M and be like, I am enough, and I could do anything, and anything is possible. So we're going to turn into impossible to possible. Reason why I wanted to talk about this today on my podcast is because we get so many pushbacks of why we're unable to do things or why we're so inadequate, and we suffer from living in fear and living off others' projections of others' insecurities and others' doubts that they have about themselves, that we end up taking on to that, and we do not reach out to our max potential, or we're not executing our goals because we feel like we're inadequate, or we feel like maybe this person is right, maybe I can't do it, maybe I can't be global, maybe I can't write a book, or maybe I can't get that management job, or own a McDonald's, or own a Taco Bell, or any franchise, or be the next Bill Gates, or build the software, or design clothes, nails, or whatever it is that you want to do or be. Maybe I can't do this because we allow others to subject their insecurities and self doubts and fears onto us, that it make us second guess our true potential. You know, And I also hear people say potential. You can't fall in love with potential. You can't have potential. So I wanted to really look up the word potential before I go into it. Having or showing the capacity to become or develop into something in the future, potential. Future, possibility, qualities to develop. Hmm. People say potential and try to turn it into a negative word. I say potential is actually a beautiful word, because you have the capacity to be better. You have the capacity to start that business. You have the capacity to be great, to be that next millionaire in your family, to open up a skincare line. All it takes is a dream and potential, and then ambitious, and then put it into actions, and you could be something great. You could develop a great product in the future. You could just do so much things. Potential. Huh. Potential, potential, potential. So when I think about potential and the impossible, it brings me back to all the negative things it was told to me when I was doing my business, and when I was starting my company. I got a lot of negative feedbacks of people saying, you're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to have this. You're not going to be able to be um, a manager. You're not going to be able to run a company, own a company. You're not going to be able to pass your test to be state certified. You're not going to be able to juggle so much. I had so many negative people, especially by me being at the level of my career now. People have told me, well, why do you want to start a candle business? Why do you want to start a jewelry line? Why do you want to write your book? Why are you doing this when you're already successful? You make more money than enough as a person in their 30s, early 30s. So why do you want to do this? You're not going to make the same amount of money as you make at your corporate job, then make your own and then have your own company. And when people used to tell me that and told me that it was impossible and it was ridiculous, it was stupid, I'm already successful and being greedy, it kind of put doubt in my head. It kind of made me wonder, what am I doing this for? Is what they're saying is true, that I'm not going to be successful, that if I start the business, I'm doing too much, I'm asking way for too much, am I already successful? I can't do more. And when I listen to others and they put doubts in my head, I start becoming negative. I start having a negative mindset and I start getting mad at myself and others until my friend and I, we sit down and talk, and she told me, I think your business would be very successful. I think it's something you can do. And when she said that, I prayed and asked God, show me the way. And then from there, it started taking off. And don't get me wrong, every business takes time. You have to get clients, you have to market yourself, you have to really invest in yourself, and you have to really go out there and really push and do and meet people, and you have to grind hard than ever. And by me grinding hard and me showing up and lacking sleep and being a full-time mom, doing my podcast, making jury, completing orders, blogging, working out, doing all this stuff, it took time. It really took time and it was overwhelming. And when you're doing something like this, the first thing you think of is like, man, how how I'm gonna keep up with this. It's not selling the way I want to. And I kept thinking about the instant gratification. I wanted it to happen so fast, not knowing when you're building something, you're creating a strong foundation, it takes time. You have to take time and let it develop, let it grow, let it build clientele and just watch what it does, but keep nurturing it, keep pouring into it. And I think about this picture I seen, and this person told a story. I think it was on a podcast. Too, I want to reference. They talk about a seed, when you plant the seed in good soil and you bury it and you're watering it. And you keep coming back each day, like, dang, it still haven't grown yet. Nothing has showed. What's going on? Did I do it wrong, or what's happening? Why it's not taken? And little do you know, if you can look and see inside the pot or the ground, you can tell that in the seed it grew roots, and the roots are growing. So underneath the soil is working, is marinating, it's growing, is settling in. But as humans, we want that instant gratification. We want that lifestyle. We want money. We want to be successful so quickly that we don't realize that each part of business takes time to grow, to develop. And the other thing is, I was watching Jay-Z, and Jay-Z said that his uncle told him he would never sell a million records. I believe it was million, I'm not sure, but he was doing an interview and he said it too. If we allow others to project their insecurities, their doubts onto us, it handicap us to reach our full potential and to be successful. What may not work for you may work for me. And what may not work for me may work for you. But who are you to tell me that if I try, I'm going to fail and I'm not going to be successful and I'm not going to be who I am today? How dare you? But we have to realize that what people are allowed to say and speak what they want onto you, onto your life, or what they see. And they are people can project their insecurities, their fears, their doubts, their disbeliefs, or whatever to you. They can put onto your life the impossible and say, nope, it's not going to happen. Not for you. No, I don't see it. But look at Jay-Z. His uncle was wrong about him. His uncle was wrong. He proved to others and proved to himself that he knew he was more than what people was trying to tell him. He knew that he was more than what people was trying to say. Imagine if we start believing into ourselves and start living our true potential, and we become very ambitious and we work on ourselves and we work on the things we have to do. Imagine how far we'll go if we never settle or we allow others project their fear and their insecurities, their doubts, and their disbeliefs on us. Imagine what we can be. Imagine the possibilities that we can conquer in our lives, in ourselves. And it brings me to another quote I read today. It was shared with me today. And the quote says by Marianne Williamson. She said, "Our deepest fears is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frighten us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are the child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightening about shrieking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we are unconsciously giving other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. I agree with that. When I post something on social media, a positive quote, or I send positive affirmation to people I'm close with, I do it because I want them to feel, experience love and joy. I want them to experience hope, and I want them to know they can do anything they can. I see you, I value you, I see your purpose. I love you. You mean everything to me. So when I do it and I share it with them, it gives them permission to look at themselves in the mirror and say, you know what? I am this. You know what? I can do this. You know what? Skip what people say. I can do this. A lot of us allow others to dictate our lives and tell us what to do. And we allow others to feed our thoughts negative, and we hold on to that. And no matter how many times we ourselves try to fight against what people tell us and what people say about us, it's hard when you're battling it by yourself. That's why I get why people say surround yourself with people that's going to motivate you, encourage you, and pour into you. Because when you surround yourself with one good person in your life that believes in you, that truly does love you and wants to see you win, wants to see you succeed, they will nourish you, pour water into you, put the sun into you, and let you grow and let you blossom. And when you speak highly about yourself and you walk in your alignment and you walk within your purpose and you see yourself highly valued and you see yourself deserving, and you know, and you give yourself permission to go out there and get it, because you say, you know what, I'm going to get that 5 bedroom mansion. I'm going to get that Tesla or that Porsche SUV, or I'm going to get everything that I said I'm going to get, and I'm going to travel the world. For me, I'm going to sit down with Oprah and sit on her couch and talk to her about my testimony, and I'm going to heal people, and I'm going to be globally known around the world, and people are going to know what I have been through, and they're going to know what I have done to help heal me, and I'm going to heal others. And each chapter of my life that I go through is going to continue to help new people. It's going to bring more people, and it's going to take other people to a new elevation in their life and their chapters, because I believe this is my purpose, and I give myself permission to live out what I know, who I should be, who I am to be, and what God has manifested and created me to be. And I am going to walk within my purpose, and I'm going to continue growing and attacking all that I know that I am capable of. My potential was showing the capacity to become or develop something that I knew what I was going to become in the future. So when I know I have the potential and the capacity to do what I said I was going to do, I prepared myself. I developed my brand. I developed who I wanted to become as a person. I had to heal. I had to pray. I had to manifest. I had to cut ties, because I knew what I wanted to be in the future. And I knew the impossible could be possible if I followed these steps. I knew I can be anything I set my heart and my mind to be. The impossible to the possible. Mm, the impossible. My son father used to tell me I wasn't going to be I wasn't going to have a successful podcast. I wasn't going to be able to go to school. If I listened to if I allow others to dictate what I'm going to do in life and who I am in life, or who I should be, I could only hmm, I will only be working at a job that only pays me $16 an hour. If I would listen to my son's father, and if I would have listened to what my mother said, and if I was still living a comfortable life, like, oh, I'll just stay right here, I'm fine right here. But if I would have stayed right there, I could only imagine I wouldn't be happy. I would have felt like I didn't reach my true potential in life. I would have felt like I did not serve the purpose in my life that God has for me. I would have felt like I was just on here and just living my life and just going about my business. But instead, I decided to take a chance and to say, you know what? I'm going to live out my life. I'm going to live out my destiny. I'm going to be more than what people have said I'm going to be. And the more I become these things, and I go against what other people said about me, and those who try to limit me and my purpose. And I stop putting my hands on things and stop trying to control everything and just let things happen. The impossible turn to the possible, and things start coming to me so easily. I kept I was being surrounded by people that I saw myself to become. I started being around people that are authors. I started being around people who have all these great connections. God started surrounding me with all these beautiful people who are helping me become the person I'm destined to be. So the more I become who I said I am, the more I start doing what I want and allowing God to start allowing God to do what He said He's going to do, things start happening for me that I would never imagine behind the scenes. Things start getting better in my life. I don't worry about money because money comes to me easily. I don't worry about can I obtain it because money comes to me so much that I put money to side just in case, for I can make sure that I am straight for just in case anything happens. I learned how to be financially smart. I learned how to be financially responsible. People talk about having good credit. I say you could get good credit if you pay off your bills on time. If you have debt, talk to debt experts, see the ways, or do your own research. I started turning all the negative things that people were saying about you can't do this or you can't be this or you can't do that. And I took it and I switched it and I started thinking positive. And then when I started thinking positive and I started changing my mindset, I started putting action behind everything I was doing. And I slowly started becoming better and better and better and better. The more I do visualization and meditation, the more I love myself, value myself, I get better in time. I started to see myself and I started to love myself. So I ask you, what are you afraid of? Why do you allow others to push you back and hold you and keep you on ground level when you know you are destined to become so much more? Why keep thinking about the impossible and turn your impossibles to possibilities? It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter how young you are. It doesn't matter if you have degrees, college education to support you if you don't. There are ways that you can reach and maximize your potential with determination, ambition, with education, self-educating yourself, learning. You could do anything you want and be anything you want to be. And I say, as long as you are not hurting anybody mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, I say keep doing what you want to do and continue to become that person you know you want to become in life. We all can do it. We all could be better than we were yesterday. We all can change and do things that we never thought we was going to do or be at this moment in life, and it took us 5 years or 6 years to get it. But hey, I may arrive late, but I am exactly right on time, the way God wanted me to be. So who are you going to be today? Are you going to keep allowing others project their insecurities and their doubts and their hate and their fear onto you? Or are you going to be the person that you know that God has destined and manifest and created you to be, and you're going to walk a line of your true potential and go out there, be ambitious, and grab the world by your hands and say, hey, world, I'm here and I'm taking everything that belongs to me? Because it is my inheritance. I inherit to be exactly the way God wants me to be, and I choose to be successful. I choose to be an entrepreneur, and I'm going to make this to something that is going to transform, it's going to shake the world, and it's going to improve people's lives. I'm going to create more jobs. I'm going to break generational curses and patterns. I'm going to break financial debt. I'm going to have financial freedom where I could take trips and buy land and build. I'm going to be the first one to get married and have a successful marriage where we love and respect and honor each other. I'm going to do all these things. So, are you going to still live in the impossible? Are you going to turn your life around and start doing the possible? That's all I have for you guys today. I wish you guys nothing but love and blessings and so much more. May God be love and may you be love. Like I always said, I wish you guys nothing but wealth, not just in your pockets, but in your wallets, love, joy, happiness, and prosperity. And remember, let's turn the impossible to the possible. Bye.